in position. What's up, y'all? It's another episode of the Dearly Deep Heart Hit Podcast. How are you all this evening? I'm good. It's another episode where I don't pay attention to anybody, but instead I play video games and try to stay focused. I just want to say, I didn't really have anything to talk about this week. It's not to say that my life sucks. I just didn't really have any cool topics or anything like that. So just to show that I'm consistent and that I work, I'm gonna keep working for y'all. I put out, the message to a few people because none of my actual fans will write me or say anything. I put out a question and said, hey, let's talk. Ask me some questions, some general questions, or some stuff about me. Nobody responded. Not really surprised. So I went to specific people. Well, one person did. Another person from another podcast actually asked a question, and I'm gonna get to that guy's question first. So shout out. I have to look at his name to know who it was. But anyway, so I went to some specific people who I thought would have some good questions. Had to put a little pressure on them to get them to ask some questions. I guess they don't really want to ask the questions. They don't want to talk. But I did get a few. So as I was preparing to sit down and, get to talking about nothing and everything all at once, somebody popped into my head, someone who I haven't really talked about in a while, or not focused on, or at least never haven't made an episode since the beginning, and that is the other. Now, I will just say, I still will not reveal her actual identity because of the fuss that she actually put up in the beginning. So I won't do that. But I will say that the more I think about this person, and as much as I had feelings for this person, when I think about this person, I'm conflicted. I am conflicted because this was somebody who I did actually care for, but then this was someone who also wouldn't really support much of anything that I was trying to do. And actually said that me doing this podcast, although she became a part of it, a subject, I will say, was actually not even helping anybody. And then, I did get confirmation from a few people that, yeah, your podcast did actually help me out, gave me some insight on guys, or gave me some insight on my own messed up relationship, or, just knowing that you're talking about this is, showing me that you're being helped, it's therapy and all of that. So that's another story. But yeah, she didn't really want to speak on anything. Like I said, she was very upset that I was even doing this podcast, even though nobody even knows who she is. But I don't think I ever really went into, why she was so adamant. I could say I understand, but the reason why I was more or less, disappointed, I can say, is because I really thought that me and her were going to be more than what we turned out to be. So the fact that she wouldn't, speak up or speak on anything kind of just showed me that whatever we did have was it was just fun for her, I think, as to where, yeah, I get it in the beginning, it's always fun, but I think at some point, you know, it became just an obsession of having somebody to talk to, having somebody to kind of like sneak around with, and there was no real feelings. Although one thing she always tried to do was convince me that she really had feelings, which is odd to say because in the very end, she made it like she had no feelings at all. Like she did the whole gaslighting thing where she tried to, I don't even like that word, but since it became popular, yeah, she tried to make it seem like like she really, like I was the one that was tripping through all of this, and it wasn't that she didn't have feelings for me, but that she lost feelings for me because I was doing certain things that she just didn't agree with, and she could never really explain what it was that I would do that would annoy her so much. Like when I thought about it the other day, I was like, what exactly? Why did we stop talking? I don't even remember. I mean, it's in our messages. I could find them maybe, but I really don't remember why we stopped actually speaking to each other. Like we used to talk every single day. Like through all of this, like she stopped talking for about a month, and I pressed her and pressed her until she finally responded after when everything happened. And then we continued to talk, like I said, every single day for probably a little more than 6 months. And then I would always, before this, or, I would always say, like, I'm kind of done, like, because we can't do anything. So the reason why we couldn't see each other or do anything is because she had a boyfriend. Now, the disappointment came not because she stayed with her boyfriend, but the disappointment came because through all of this time, she made it seem like she did not want this guy, and that, she was just with him because they had a child together. And then it's like, okay, I can understand that to an extent, but are you just going to be unhappy for the rest of your life? And some people are okay with that. Some women are okay with staying in the relationship for the kid, and then never actually doing what they want to do. But again, the disappointment came in when suddenly, all of a sudden, that flipped, and it was just like, yeah, I told you that before, but now everything is perfect now. And I'm a believer in love. If it's going to work out, it's going to work out. But it seemed like that became her reason to begin to, really not want to hang out with me, not want to see me anymore. It was almost like, that became her actual reason to say, we can't see each other anymore, but we can still talk every single day. And I would always question her, like, well, why would you want to do that? Like, what's the point of us talking all the time? And then she'd give me this grief about, oh, so you just don't want to talk to me at all just because I can't come see you? And it'd be like, no, that's not what it is. It's like, if you're going to say that we're friends, then we should be able to talk. We should be able to see each other. Like, and then I'd ask her, like, what do you think he would do if he found out that you had me as a friend? And it was, I don't know what he would do. And it's just like, okay, then we're not friends. You know that. We are not just friends, so we can never just be friends. So the situation pretty much became very complex in that sense. But it was fun. It was fun having somebody, but then, like I said, it became an obsession not only for her, I believe, but for me. And like I said, somehow we ended up not talking. But like today, I just started thinking, like, um, I never really explained that situation. So, yes, she has someone, and apparently they're back full 100% in love. And like I said, I think that's a beautiful thing, but it wasn't really convincing. But I guess it wasn't for me to, to judge that situation at all. So I thought about it, and I was just kind of like, dang, I can't even like hit her up because she probably won't respond. So I'm not like sad about that, but like I said, it's kind of, it's confusing. It's like back and forth because I think at some point we did become friends as well. Um, but I think she made it like I was tripping too much. And then, like I said, I don't even remember why we stopped like saying anything to each other. I believe it was a reason, but I just cannot really think about it. Let me see real quick. Let me see if I could go to something real quick since I'm talking about it. I probably deleted it, to be honest. I'm pretty sure I did. Um, what was her name on here? Yeah, I pretty much deleted our messages, so that's out. But anyway, moving right along. If there's any questions about that, y'all should hit me up about it. I don't even really remember what my point of was bringing it up. I think it was about support. But anyway, let me get to the first question. And do y'all know it was kind of hot today, and all of a sudden I looked and it was raining outside? All right, let me get to it. Where in the world is. Okay. The first question that I was asked was, if a dude tells a girl he don't want a relationship, whose fault is it if feelings get involved? Now, my quick, immediate response to that question was, it's all about accountability. No one can make you do anything, and we always have choices. It's her fault. Blame it on her heart. Now she got to step it up, and maybe he will change how he feels too. Now, what I mean by that, just to get a little bit more deep into that answer. So, if somebody falls, if a person says, "Hey, I'm not looking for a relationship," we can just kick it and do whatever, hang out, have sex, whatever. But then that person, the other person, knowing that, ends up, having feelings. I really can't concentrate and play this game. I ain't gonna play y'all like that. Let me put this controller down. I think that the person that ends up catching feelings, I mean, that's on them. That just means they met a great person, but that great person is not for them, because there's no way, like, you can't really convince somebody to like you. Like, either somebody's going to like you or they're not going to like you. Yeah, you can stay on them, and then you can continue to do things that eventually they may see you in a different light, but you can't, you can't program them to like you. Like, you can't push buttons on them to make them like you. Can you manipulate somebody by lying? Yeah, that's possible, you know? But even then, that may not work. Like, say, for instance, like, if you think this person is all about money or something. This is just the best example I can come up with. Say, for instance, somebody is all about real estate and money and all this kind of stuff, and then you hit some kind of a lick or something like that, where you all of a sudden can look and appear like you have properties and stuff like that. And then this person sees that. They told you this is what they want in a person, and you crossed all of the T's and dotted all the I's. And then they see, like, oh, that is still not what makes a person like you in a romantic way. That makes them respect you, You know what I'm saying? That will make them respect you, but that doesn't mean that they're going to fall in love with you. I think to fall in love with somebody, it just happens. Like there's not really much that we can do to make someone fall in love with us. In my past, I've never really been in a situation where I've met someone, they were cool, we hung out, and then but the feeling was one way, but then it switched into a deeper love. That's never happened for me. I don't even know if that can happen with guys, to be honest. I think we as dudes, we might put the pressure on a woman and make her eventually, you know, see us in a different light, as I said. But I think when dudes know, they just know. And I mean, hey, I'm not a woman, so I can't really speak for women. But when a woman knows, maybe she knows too. But I've just heard stories of, the woman gets worn down by the guy. He wore me down. He finally charmed me. He was at me every day, and I finally gave him a chance, kind of thing. I don't really think dudes have it like that regularly, where a woman continuously shows interest and continuously does things for him until he finally says, you know what, let me check her out. I don't know though, but I know that has never happened to me. So that's kind of bringing me into what my next question is that I got. But yeah, like if somebody falls for you and you told them that they don't want a relationship, they caught feelings. Like it's nothing you could do about it. You could continue to be nice to them, continue to have sex with them, continue to take them out, go out. But when they see somebody else pulling up one day that you actually are with and that you actually have feelings for, that's not your fault. That goes for both ways. I'm not saying dudes can't catch feelings, you know what I'm saying? But I think, to be honest, also, if this person, woman, because it was a guy that asked, if she caught feelings after the fact of having the discussion that this wasn't going to be anything serious, that just means she was lying. That means that she was obviously not telling the truth when she was like, oh, yeah, I understand. Yeah, this is. She already liked you. She didn't catch feelings. She already had feelings. A lot of times, me, like y'all know me, I don't really be with all the dating and stuff like that or whatever. Except for now, I really, really want to date somebody. Um, yeah, you know who she is. But before all of that, I would let it be known right off the jump what it is I want. I don't say what I don't want. I'm more positive, so I say what it is I want, and it's not a relationship. Once I got a little more mature or more experienced in this field of dating and stuff, I would say, you know what, I don't mind being friends with someone who's really cool. So for me, it's only three things, but I narrowed it to two just to be more of a stand up kind of person. We can be friends or we can make money together, but I do not want to date you. I do not want you to become my girlfriend. That was what, if it came to that, that's what it was, with all the dating apps and all that kind of stuff. That's where it would come down to for me. Like, whatever, like, I'm not even gonna play you. I'm not gonna make it seem like I like you just because I'm being nice, or just because, you know, I'm a pleaser in many different ways. That does not mean I want you. That just means, I had a job to do and I done it. Do you see what I'm saying? But people have fallen, you know. I was actually trying to hit somebody up the other day that had fell in love with me after I let her know, like, there was nothing, that I just didn't want a relationship with her or whatever. But I guess I'm a jerk, you know what I'm saying, for doing that. But she won't respond to me. Like, she'll never talk to me ever again. She ended up actually having a child and everything, got a new relationship, and she just wouldn't respond to me no more. But anyway, that was a few years ago. Now, what was my second question that this one actually it actually leads into this one. So for this one, oh, I forgot to give homeboy a shout out real quick before I move on for asking a question because that's love, because people don't really have to do this. They don't have to take out their time to type. I get it. Um, so this question was from who was it from? Who was it from? Who was it from? This question was from the B&T podcast, Bare Naked Truth podcast. So shout out to the Bare Naked Truth podcast for hitting me up, and I'm about to click the follow. So that's love right there. The next question comes from someone who else I can actually shout out, Mrs. or Miss Action Royale, my little homie Shayona. She asks, oh, in her podcast, she has a podcast too. Her show about nothing. We did an episode together. She's supposed to be doing another one. Hopefully soon. She said, "How do you handle a woman forcing a relationship on you?" So this is why I said it kind of ties into it. To be honest, I've never really had a woman try to force a relationship on me. Like I mean, it's just the thing about me is I'm the type that either I feel it from the gate or I do not feel it ever. Like, even if years go by and I just say to myself, she probably would have been a cool girlfriend. It's like, I'm not dumb. I know that this person that has came to me, that we hung out, I know that this person could have been a good girlfriend, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna hit them up and like, hey, you want to be together? Now, like, I'm not gonna fall for the person. I'm the type of person that either I like you from the gate, or I just, I mean, I want you. I want you in the sense of being in a relationship and further that on, or I do not want that at all. I don't know what it is about me. Maybe my heart is just tough. Maybe I'm shallow. Who knows? I don't know. So I can only answer this question in speculation. How do you handle a woman forcing a relationship on you? I could just say it ain't gonna happen, so she could do all the forcing she actually wants. Um, I probably would end up taking advantage of it once it gets over the threshold of her knowing that I don't want to be with her, and she continues to, try. Yeah, I probably would take advantage of the situation in the sense of, if I want you to come over, I'm gonna use you to come over. If I didn't get nothing for my birthday, I'm going to say, "Where's my present?" And that goes for Christmas and everything else, or that goes for every regular days too. And I'm just gonna milk the situation, not even in a mean way, but it's like, if you're gonna do things for me, I'm going to accept it. Most of the time, I just do whatever I want for myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't really get a lot of gifts from people. People don't really just do stuff for me anyway. I do stuff for me, and I do stuff for people. But shout out to my love, big smile. Um, she hooked me up with the coffee and stuff like that. Like, that was amazing to me. Like, I didn't ask her to do that. Talk about leading on to the next question. Somebody asked about manifestation. Maybe I put it out there, but the fact that I went to my door after the doorbell rang and it was a little lady running away, getting back in her car, and I look down and I see, you know, not one coffee drink, but two coffee drinks and a pastry. Like, that's what I'm talking about. That is what that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. Um, but no, I don't really. Just read a YouTube comment. Maybe I'll go into that too. Talking about Raekwon. Wu Tang forever. Rest in peace, ODB. But yeah, like, you can't convince me to be with you. Like I said, if I liked you if I wanted to be with you in the beginning, then I'm gonna have a crush on you until you basically make. Actually, I'm never gonna lose the crush, to be honest. But I'm not gonna pursue you anymore until if you tell me like straight up, nah, I'm good. So like, yeah, how do I handle it? Just be friends, you know. Have her invest in my business if she got money. That's how I'm gonna handle it. I'm gonna let her know that there's other things that we can do, but we can't be in a relationship. I'm gonna stay honest. That's how I handle it. Um, yeah, that's pretty much how I'll handle it. Um, what do we got next? So the next question comes from someone who is on the guest who she always wants to be anonymous to, which I really still don't understand. But anyway, um, she said, "Do you think you manifest your relationship?" I don't know which relationship she means, but I'm assuming she's talking about like romantic type relationships. And I will say, when I first read this, I wanted to be like, duh. Like, I think we manifest pretty much everything. Maybe not in the sense of laying down and praying for it, or maybe not, in the sense of meditating on it or just saying it over and over all the time. But yeah, I think we definitely manifest our relationships. And, in my actual past relationship, I told the story of how I met my ex. I 100% manifested that. Um, before I was praying and I was putting it out there. I was like, I just want to meet a cool person. I want a new friend. I want a new friend. I said this about a week before I met her, and I said it like almost continuously throughout that week, all the way leading up to the night that I met her. And she touched me on my elbow, and I turned around, and she became my girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, obsession, love, on and off for the next 10 years. Um, I actually wrote about our relationship, some things that happened in our relationship, in a song before I even met her. So I don't know if it directly correlates, but they always say, the stuff you write, the stuff you put out there becomes real. It was a song I had done. I wish I could find these. I just got to know exactly where they are. I do have a hard drive with like mad stuff on it, but it was a song that I redid of Kanye West. Like I didn't redo. I just rapped over his beat, and I pretty much talked about a breakup, and I described how it would happen, and her walking away down the driveway and all that kind of stuff, whatever. And that happened in my past relationship. I then wrote Issues. Also, I Still See Your Eyes, back when I was either I don't between 19 and 22. I wrote I wrote that, and yeah, that pretty much came true. Um, and then I mean, I'd only written the first. I've only written that chorus, but then I wrote a verse, I think, and then I had to write the rest of it and all the pretty much, yeah, yeah. We definitely manifest our relationships. So I guess you got to be specific about it, what it is you want. You got to be specific about what it is you want in a relationship, because you do manifest it. Um, you can change the outcome, I think, though, if it's not a great relationship. Maybe you manifested somebody with a certain something, I don't know, house, car, whatever, that you wanted. You get it, and it's just like, oh, that was cool, but now I need this, and this from this person too. Yeah, you can alter the manifestation as you go, I think. You know, maybe you want to be with two people. You can manifest that by your actions. So, I mean, when we say manifestation, like, Is that only on some, spiritual chanting, meditating type stuff, or like what exactly is manifest? You know what I'm saying? So I'm quick on the dictionary. So readily perceived by the senses and especially by the sense of sight, easily understood or recognized by the mind, to make evident or certain by showing or displaying. A list of, well, that ain't it. A manifest. That's the other manifest. Um, I don't know. That definition kind of threw me off. I don't think that's exactly what none of us have actually thought about when we say we manifest something. So it just says clear or obvious to the eye or mind. It doesn't say anything about making something happen. So maybe you got to put the ed on there, manifest it. So as a verb, it says display or show by one's acts or appearance, manifested, be evidence of, prove. Yeah, I don't know. Let me look up. Let me see manifestation. Oh, there we go. An event, action, or object that clearly shows or embodies something, especially a theory or an abstract idea. The action or fact of showing an abstract idea. A symptom or sign of an ailment. A version or incarnation of something or someone. So that's probably the one that we go down to, an appearance of a ghost or spirit, a version or incarnation of something or someone. So we manifest, like we made it happen. That's the one I think we're all talking about more so. But from what I just read, none of that actually says anything about making something happen. But I get it. Um, so yeah, I definitely think we manifest our relationships 100%. Um, we do make them happen by our actions, by wanting it. I remember reading a while ago, um, having what is affirmations. You know what I'm saying? Saying the same thing over and over and over again. That could be something very spiritual and kooky and magical and stuff like that. But the explanation that my guy gave was that when you continuously talk about something over and over and over again, and you really put it out there to the world, people hear you. People see you talking about this. Um, you kind of, falter over to those things more so. So that's why if you really start talking about money, to be specific, all the time, you're going to notice when other people are talking about money. You're going to hear it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be looking for it. You literally might win the lottery because you played it more so than you ever actually have played it. You may find money in a bush because your mind is looking for money. Like, you know what I'm saying? You may uncover a treasure or something like that because your mind, you're always talking about it. You're in places where stuff can happen. So in that sense, yeah, definitely. Affirmations, manifestation, all of that. I wrote my affirmations down in my journal, which I should read every day. One of them was that I was going to get married in 2 years. That was 3 years ago, so that one didn't happen. But I also wasn't continuing to affirm that that was going to happen, right? I did it for about a month straight. That wasn't enough. Um, but I mentioned lottery tickets, right? So let's just say love, Miss Love. We bought a bunch of tickets and we won $8. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Moving right along. Let me respond to this text. I just covered that. She adds, I think we do manifest relationships. Everything we have we have attracted. Yeah, I think everything we have attracted, but also everything we attracted was attracted to us, right? Right? Yeah. Um, Let me finish writing this. You know what's funny? I'm in a few, well, not a few. I'm in, well, two podcast groups, but I'm on like the Buzzsprout community. That's where I actually upload my podcast to, and then it gets distributed. Just in case y'all know, just in case y'all want to pay for a month. You know what I'm saying? Go right ahead. Um, People in that group really overthink things, so they're talking about editing and stuff like that. And as y'all know, I don't like to edit. I think it takes up too much time. If there's going to be any editing on here, it's going to be like to add on an intro and an outro or something like that. If I ever get sponsors, maybe just throw that in the middle. But as far as like, you know like, oops, I messed up, let me start all over, or let me cut this part out, or I said too much, nah, that's too much. That's doing too much. We talking. I'm talking to you, straight up off the head. Today I didn't really have notes. Um, so yeah, no edit, none of that. Either you got it or you don't, or you can practice. Um, so yeah, when I get silent and stuff, I guess that's where I could edit. But one, I don't have a laptop. I mean, I have my work laptop, but I don't think I can download any audio programs to it. And my computer, I don't really like sitting at it to do the editing, and then I don't like the program. So bear with me. Y'all ain't mad. Or maybe that's why my listens went down, because I don't edit. Oh well. Um, but yeah. So next question. Um, don't worry, I didn't get a lot of questions. Might like this one, you might not. Who knows? This question is from, wait, she didn't write it. It's from the Dirty Talk podcast. She asked, why do people like sucking toes? My response to that was because toes are good to suck on, right? But no, a real answer, I don't know. I don't know why people like. I don't think maybe I guess some people actually do like sucking toes. I don't. I won't say I like sucking toes. Have I sucked toes? Yes. Um, I'm saying plural, but that does not mean that there's over true pair. Um, so yeah, not everybody's feet are gonna like. It's cool, you know what I'm saying. You grab that leg, you put it up, and the foot be all in your face like that. Cool, but I'm not just putting any woman's toes in my face. That's not happening. I mean, in my mouth. That's not happening. No. So, um, I think you got to be a very special person, and you have to have amazing looking feet. I think all feet have a scent to it, like a little tinge of stink to it. You know what I'm saying? It may be a light bit of funk, all the way up into good lord, your feet stink. Yeah, so you'd have to take a shower first. Um, but also if it does have the light scent, it's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's just a little bit of sweat. You might want to rinse your mouth out after if you do it. Um, but sucking toes, I don't know why people like sucking toes. To be honest, I mean, I think maybe they like it because they know it's nasty and they know it's going to like doing something like that. and then the person that you're doing it to is looking like, oh my gosh, he licked my dirty foot, that means he really really likes me. That's I mean, if you like that kind of you know what's the word I'm looking for, conviction, confirmation, I can't think of the word, but you know what I'm trying to say. If you like that somebody likes you for that, then that's awesome. Go ahead, lick all the toes you want. I mean, can you get foot disease in your mouth from licking feet? I don't know. But do I like doing it? No. Have I done it a lot? Definitely not. Um, like I said, you got to be quite special. Um, so don't be thinking that that's just going to happen with anybody, but love, I got you if you're into that. Ha 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 ha. I mean, that's pretty much it for, like the questions. I didn't really, like I said, I didn't really have, too many questions, but I think I'm glad I did get some. Um, Answering questions is pretty fun, right? We got to get some more next time. Um, I don't think I had anything else that I really wanted to like touch on. You know, I don't really have much going on. How's everybody doing with the quarantine? I think a lot of people are starting to be like, F this quarantine, like, I ain't getting sick. They opening up stuff, so, you know, I'm pretty much there. I miss, I miss seeing the babies. And when I say babies, I mean all four of them. So shout out to Robin and Charmaine. I miss my babies. I mean, all five. That's what I meant to say. Alex, Violet, Jordan, Jamie, and the one and only Kyla. Um, and my son's not with me right now. He just went back to his mom's house, so only been a day since I haven't seen him. We miss each other too. But we did get to FaceTime the kids the other day, so that was cool. Um, so yeah, I guess that's it. Let me give my shout outs real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, end of the day, I be on PS4 now. I think what is my name on PS4? Since y'all want to play sometime. Well, my name's Deontay Young. If you don't know that. Um, See, I've had a PlayStation before. Well, it was always not mine, but I bought it for my son. Me and my brother he used to let me share it. The heck? Oh, I just got somebody said thank you. Cool podcast. Michaela Susno. Oh, that's what I was gonna say too. I've been messing around on TikTok, and I'm the king already. So, get on TikTok. Find me on there. I don't remember my name on that either. Um, but I think my PS4 name is The Real Nightmare. No, just Nightmare. So KN1GHT Mayor. So Nightmare. Um, I don't really play a lot of games. I play racing games, and I just bought Doom Eternal. I suck at it, and it told me I shouldn't play the Battlefield or whatever they call it until I pass some level. I mean, I guess I need to get a little further, and then I can play y'all. But yeah. So once again, Instagram is just underscore Deontay underscore Lamar. Also, Dearly Deep Pod, Dearly underscore Deep underscore Pod. Um, Still check out Novella Noir. I made about $18 on that book. So hey, see, there you go. You do it. You put your stuff out there. Just get a little change. You know what I'm saying, for your work. Um, yeah, this is the Daily Deep Heart Ed podcast. I love y'all. Hope you love me back a little bit. Speak your mind, speak your truth. Get to it. All right, peace. Boom. Still on the video, and